I think for me, music is something that helps me make sense of the world. A mathematician looks around and sees numbers. A scientist sees natural laws and processes. I see songs and stories. It's what connects me to things. I grew up in a small Mississippi town called West Point. I started playing drums when I was around 13, and a group of friends and I used to play music every day after school for hours in this old barn out by our singer's parents' house. And we were out playing gigs and bars by the time we were like 15 or 16. Later on in college, I studied music formally and I started writing songs on piano, and a year or two into that, I picked up guitar because it felt more natural to write that way for some reason. At some point along the way, I got interested in the whole recording process, and so I studied that too, and later I worked as a recording and mixing engineer for a couple studios. The song is like a journey. It can take us places we didn't expect to go sometimes. Kind of how a song you haven't heard in years can instantly transport you back to some moment in time you've forgotten about. So I broke my left arm pretty badly when I was a kid playing football, and the bones never really healed back exactly like they were supposed to. As a result, I lost some of the rotation in my wrist. That really wasn't an issue when I learned to play drums or piano even, but later when I picked up guitar and started writing more songs, I had to adapt my left hand technique to be able to play. So I stumbled upon Dadgad. It's sort of an open D tuning that's rooted in Celtic music. It has a suspended quality that kind of sits between major and minor. So with Dadgad tuning and sort of chording over the top of the neck instead of from underneath, I developed a technique over time that's worked out pretty well for me as a songwriter. I've heard it said that each song is a gift, and I think I agree with that. I mean, who knows where it comes from? Over time, I think I learned to embrace the mystery of the process. I guess it becomes more of a ritual. I usually just feel a prompt to sit down with my acoustic guitar and play, and at some point an idea comes up. And I kind of ask myself, where's that coming from? And I usually think of a person or an experience that makes me feel something and that inspires me to take a step forward. And then I'm writing, and I'm on this journey to see where the song takes me. And I get this sense of anticipation about where it might go. I can usually tell a song is finished when I can sum it up in a single word or phrase that's sort of like a beacon that draws me in. I always have a deep sense of gratitude for a finished song. Honestly, I get a little emotional when I feel a song is done. I've always sort of lived in my head a bit. As a kid, I used to sit for hours at a time by myself under this willow tree beside this little creek near where I grew up. And I'd come up with these fantastical explanations about all the things around me in nature, just to entertain myself sometimes. I think those days were important for the development of my imagination. For several years back then, I had a series of recurring dreams nearly every night about that willow tree. It would uproot itself and walk around and even speak to me sometimes. It was sometimes a terrifying experience, and other times it was like this protective, helpful kind of thing. I guess I knew even at the time that it wasn't real, but those dreams sort of stuck with me over the years. So when I set out to write these songs, I think I wanted to recapture that innocence and creative openness, if that's even possible. Hopefully I did that to some degree, and hopefully it's something that speaks to others. So I wrote the song Bernie Scarecrows during the COVID pandemic. It's my pandemic song. I feel like every songwriter probably has one. I'm a 6 on the Enneagram, so anxiety and fear have always been obstacles for me. That season was particularly difficult because it stressed relationships, both from the standpoint of not being able to stay connected with others and also just all the unknowns that we were confronted with. I lost my job of 12 years due to changes during COVID. Our daughter had recently moved out at 16 to attend a boarding school. My father was experiencing some serious health issues and ultimately needed a kidney transplant. Major changes were happening all at once, and there was just a deep sense of not being in control. During this time, I ran across a story from Ecuador about a New Year's Eve tradition of burning a scarecrow or an effigy that represents all the negative things and struggles of the previous year. Sort of a symbolic gesture of letting go and moving forward. Of course, in Ecuador, this is at least somewhat rooted in superstition, but something about it just resonated with me. There's something really beautiful about the idea of burning away the old to make room for new growth. It's a theme that's reflected in many spiritual traditions and certainly can be seen in nature. And so I wrote the song sort of as my own symbolic burning away of all the fear and uncertainty that have been weighing on me and my family in that season. It's one of the few songs I've written that just came out all at once. The entire thing was finished in probably 30 minutes, and for me that rarely happens.
For every season, for every moment in time, I'll still be yours and you'll be mine. Though we're testing promises and all our best laid plans, I know in every second chance I'm learning how to hold your hand again. And we don't know what we don't know.
I don't think I'll ever stop writing, at least I hope not. It's something that keeps me grounded and connected to everything around me. People, places, memories, even the future. But I'm definitely grateful for the songs and for the people that I get to share them with.
Oh, we don't know what we don't know. If love is the seed we sow, we can burn these scarecrows.